looking at the difference between a line segment and array, first of all. And we said that a line segment has a start and an end, whereas array had a start and it carried on forever. Right. Then we went and we drew some line segments, okay, using our ruler, and then we drew some rays. We then identified whether some lines and rays were going to go through each other, okay? All right, and the last thing we did was we did a bit of a challenge, and we drew a triangle that consisted of 3 line segments that were all 8 centimeters in length, and we labeled it as triangle A, B, C. So I've got another challenge for you this evening, okay, which we will come back to after this, all right? But for now, let's carry on with what we're doing tonight. So we are up to this section in our content for tonight. So I'm just going to bring our screen down a little bit so we can concentrate. Okay, a reminder again, I'm seeing some hands raised. If you have a question or you have a technical difficulty, please message Mr. Hugo. All right, so our question says, draw a rectangle consisting of 2 line segments, right, of 5 centimeters, okay, 5 centimeters, all right, and 2 line segments of 3 centimeters. So, first of all, who can tell me in the chat, okay, you don't have to raise your hand, who can tell me in the chat, in order to draw a rectangle, what am I going to need? What math tool am I going to need? Okay, what math tool will I need, guys? Good, Tarjay, nice, a ruler. I'm going to need a ruler, well done. All right, so I'm starting with my ruler. Okay, hopefully my ruler is going to behave tonight. All right. I'm starting with my ruler. Let us flip our ruler around because it was the wrong way around. All right. Let's have a look at this ruler. So we need 2 line segments of 5 centimeters each and 2 line segments of 3 centimeters each. Okay. I need to draw a rectangle. So I need to draw a rectangle. All right. So for a rectangle, okay, what do I know about a rectangle? How many sides are there in a rectangle, guys? How many sides are there in a rectangle? Good. There's 4 sides in a rectangle. So if I just sketch this rectangle first. So first I'm going to sketch it on my page. Okay, so before I go and draw it, I'm going to go do a little rough sketch. If I go sketch a rectangle, do you agree it's got 4 sides? All right. 2 sides are long and 2 sides are short. Good, Laletu, good. 2 sides are long and 2 sides are short. Good. What do I know about the angles inside of a rectangle? What do I know about the angles, guys, inside of a rectangle? I know I've got 2 long sides. I know I've got 2 short sides. Okay, Tando's telling me the angles are acute. Okay, kind of. What else do I know? Good, Kaylee. It's right angles. Well done. Right angles. And what do right angles mean? Yes, Jaden. 90-degree angles. Well done, guys. Well done. So, okay. All right. So, I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger so we can all see what I'm going to be drawing here for us. Okay. Here is my ruler. My longest sides are 5 centimeters each. So I'm taking my ruler. I'm picking a line. Right. I go to 0. And I'm going to draw my line all the way up to 5 centimeters. All right. Now, I could, if I wanted to, okay, now take my ruler. All right, so I could take my ruler now. Oh dear. Sorry, guys. I could take my ruler now, and I could try and move it up so that it looked like it was 90 degrees. Okay, and judge roughly that it was 90 degrees. Put it on 0. And now I'm going to draw a line that is 3 centimeters. So I see a lot of you are saying to me, ma'am, I can't see what's underneath the gray. What's underneath the gray? Guys, you're not supposed to see what's underneath the gray, okay? It's blocking what's at the next question. That's why I have a gray screen. So you need to focus on what we are doing on the actual screen. That's why it's there, okay, tonight, to try and help us focus. All right, so I've got 0, and I'm going all the way to 3 centimeters. All right. Now I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to make him into a straight line again. I'm going to move him. All right. And I'm going to draw my next line, which is from 0 all the way to 5 centimeters. And how can I tell, okay, how can I tell if I've done a rectangle that's got the right amount of sides on it, or if my measurements are right? Well, if I take my ruler and I put it on the end here, then these two lines should also be 3 centimeters apart, which they are. Okay. All right, good. Check with a ruler. Good, guys. Shakina, by checking with a ruler. Nice. Now, I want to show the person who's looking at my work that that is a rectangle. So you guys told me earlier on that a rectangle has a 90-degree angle. We show a 90-degree angle by drawing a square in the corner. Okay, so we've shown that it's got a square in the corner. Now there's different ways that we can go say that the opposite sides are equal. We can either go say that this side is 5 centimeters, this is 3 centimeters, 5 centimeters, and 3 centimeters. So that's one way to do it, okay? Or we can say that this side is equal to that side, and this side is equal to that side. Good, Tara Jane. Can't we do those little lines? Absolutely. There you go. All right. So for our question, draw a rectangle consisting of 2 line segments, 5 centimeters, and 2 line segments of 3 centimeters. Okay, there is my rectangle. I see somebody's asking me, why are there 2 lines? Okay, these 2 lines here, what do they mean? Okay, what does it mean if I've got lines that look like this? So a line and line, it means that those 2 sides are equal. What does it mean if I've got lines like this one, and this one, and this one, and this one? It means that those 2 sides are equal. Right. Look at that beautiful rectangle. Yo, love me some constructions. Okay. All right. I'm going to move down to the next question for you. Okay, I see Tara Jane's asking me, what about one line? Tara Jane, if you've just got one line and one line, it also means that they're equal. So just because there's 2 lines it doesn't mean that that's an equal sign. It's just a way of showing that those lines are equal. That's all. Okay, it just means that they're equal. All right, I'm going to move down so you guys can look at the next question. I see I've got a hand raised, and so I want to make sure that we answer that question. All right, so let's move that out your way. And let's move that out your way. All right, so there are 3 questions for you. It says, choose the correct phrase. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Choose the correct phrase to make the statements true. So you guys have a look at that for me in the meantime. I'm going to answer a question, all right, while you're having a look at that. So I've got Nsuku. Do you have a question for me? Hi.
Yes. Hello, ma'am.
Mm.
I wanted to tell you that on the screen I did not see anything, but now I can see everything.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, I'm glad you can see now. Good. Okay, and you understand what's happening on the screen? You all good?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Nsuku. All right. Let's go. Kenwin? Hi, Kenwin. You are unmuted. What's your question? Kenwin, you are unmuted. What's your question? Mr. Maseko, did you not mean to raise your hand? Must I lower your hand and mute you again? Kenwin? Okay, he seems to have gone off. Okay, I'm going to answer one more question. Akona, what's your question?
Ma'am, if the two lines between 5 centimeter, what do they mean? Like be in between 5 centimeter and those 5 centimeter, those small lines, what do
The
they
ones that are
actually
yellow,
mean?
the ones that are bright yellow. That means that those two
Yes, the ones that are
those two
yellow.
lines are equal. They mean that they're equal. It means the line,
Okay.
the yellow line and the yellow line, those two, 5 centimeter and 5 centimeter are equal. That's what it means.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, if I see Mulalo's hand raised, that means, Mulalo, are you ready to answer the question, I'm guessing? Mulalo, am I right?
Yes.
Ah, I'm good, hey? Right, Mulalo, help me with A. If two lines are parallel, first, Mulalo, okay, no, let's do that. If two lines are parallel, Mulalo, will they eventually
Yes.
touch or never touch?
They will never touch.
Well done, Mulalo. You are amazing. And we're going to explain that to everybody now. Well done, Mulalo. Thank you so much. Well done. Cool. Okay, so like Mulalo said, if two lines are parallel, they are never going to touch. Right, guys, what does parallel lines mean? What does parallel lines mean? Parallel lines mean that we've got, okay, we've got two lines. Now, if I've got two lines, remember a line means that it's got an arrow in the beginning. So it's got an arrow in the beginning and it's got an arrow on the end, okay? Okay, all right. Who can talk to me about what that arrow means? Who's going to tell me? What does that arrow mean? Who's going to tell me? Umar. Umar, what does it mean if a line's got an arrow on it? What does that arrow mean?
It's going in an infinite direction.
Good, it goes in an infinite. Umar, can I measure that arrow? Like, so can I measure that line?
Yes.
Can I measure it if it's got an arrow on it? So like this line, like that. Can I measure that? Can I have a distance?
No.
Definitely not, hey? I definitely can't measure it. Why? Because it's got two lines that go into infinity, hey?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Umar. Awesome. So, that means that if I've got a line that's parallel, I'll have one line on that side, okay? I'll have another line that's running right next to it, guys. Another line that's running right next to it. And what it means is that those lines will forever be the exact same distance apart. So the distance between those parallel lines is going to stay the same forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Amen. Okay, so that means that if those two lines are parallel, it means that they will never, ever, ever, ever touch. All right, B. Parallel lines are always well, I just told you guys, they're always going to be a what? We just said they're always going to be a constant distance apart. So the distance that they're apart are always going to be the same distance forever and ever and ever and ever. Constant is a fancy maths way of saying same. Constant means a same. Okay. And finally, let's see who can talk to us about the word perpendicular. It's such a fancy maths word. Jaden, talk to me about the word perpendicular. What does it mean?
Ma'am, perpendicular means one line intersects with another line at a 90-degree angle.
Amazing. Well done. Thank you so much, Jaden. Okay, so my lines kind of look like this. I'll have, let's draw a line again for ourselves. So we'll have a line that's going like this. All right. With a line and a line. And we'll have another line that's going through it like this. With an arrow and an arrow, and the angle that they are making, guys, the angle that they are making when they cut each other will be 90 degrees. So for my answer here, it says perpendicular lines cross each other at 90 degrees. So they cut each other at 90 degrees. All right. So we are now going to look at the diagram below and answer the questions that follow. Oh my goodness, it's another one of these ones that have all these lines all over the place. Let's go have a look. So, A, have a look at it first. Okay, so have a look at it first. All right. All right, have a look first. Find a pair of lines that are parallel. Okay, guys, find a pair of lines that are parallel. Find a pair of lines that are parallel. All right, find a pair of lines that are parallel. Jabulile, talk to me. A pair of lines that are parallel, what are they?
Ma'am, it's DE and BC.
Okay, let's go have a look. So you're telling me a pair of parallel lines would be BD
Yes. EC.
and E. Good, nice. All right, so now we need to go write that, eh? So we're going to say BD is parallel. So that's how we write parallel lines. So we have them, those two little dashes like that here. Okay, Jabulile, does that make sense, those two dashes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's parallel to C.
E.
Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay, next question. Find two pairs of lines. Find two pairs of lines that are perpendicular. What does perpendicular mean, guys? What does perpendicular mean? What does perpendicular mean again? You can tell me. Mar, what does perpendicular mean again?
Ma'am, it's when two lines meet and it makes a 90-degree angle.
Good, Mar. So give me a pair of perpendicular lines.
It would be HL and AM.
So I've got definitely HL. I definitely agree with you, HL.
Oh wait, no, FG.
Well done. So I'm going to say HL is perpendicular to FG. So there's one pair. Well done. All right. Well done, Ma. Thank you so much. That one was a tricky one because it's tough to see if it's not right in front of you on the page. I agree. Okay. And Mr. Jaden.
Ma'am, line JK and
Okay.
line M is perpendicular to line MA.
Well done. JK is perpendicular to line AM. Well done. Thank you so much, Jaden. Amazing. Awesome. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So let's put a perpendicular sign there. Okay. Give a pair of lines that are, and this question is a bit weird, but that are almost parallel. So give me a pair that are almost parallel. Give me a pair that are almost parallel? All right, just a reminder, if you do want to answer a question, guys, you have to have your hand up, okay? So let's go with somebody who has not spoken tonight. Let's go with Tamian.
Hi, ma'am.
Tamian, hello, is that the correct way to say your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Tamian, do you want to give me a pair of lines that are almost parallel?
Yes,
ones
but
do
I'm
you
not
think?
quite sure.
That's okay, try. Which ones do you think look like they're almost parallel?
I think it's H and L to J and K.
I would agree, hey? I would say that HL and JK are almost parallel, but not really. Well done. So if we want to write those now, Tamian, stay with me. We're going to say HL. And are they parallel? They're not parallel, hey? Do you agree?
Sorry,
They're
ma'am.
not parallel. Hey, they're almost parallel, but they're not
Yes,
parallel, hey?
ma'am.
So we're
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
say and J. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well done. Thank you so much for your help. All right. Next one. My next one says, give two sets of 3 lines that form triangles in the diagram. Give two sets of 3 lines that form triangles in the diagram. All right. Give two sets of 3 lines that form triangles in the diagram. Okay, let's go with Lungawa. Can you help me out here? Lungawa, you are unmuted. Hi, Lungawa. Lungawa answered, but I don't think your speaker's working. Oh, Lungawa, and you really wanted to answer. Can you hear me? Okay, Lungawa, I think maybe there might be something wrong with your speaker. Okay, we'll try again just now. All right. Oh, Lungawa, can you hear us now? Okay, Lungawa seems to be gone. Let's go with Vuiswa. Hi, Vuiswa. Okay, I don't seem to be able to hear Vuiswa. Let's go with Christian.
Hello.
Christian? Hi, Christian. Can you give me one set of 3 lines so long?
AM
AM, cool.
and FT.
So let's have a look. So you've got AM and
FT
FG. Awesome. I agree with you.
and
AM and
KK.
FG, definitely. FG, and you're saying also JK. I completely agree. Well done. Thank you so much. Let's have a look at those. Let's color them in. All right, so I'm agreeing with Christian, and the reason why I'm saying I'm agreeing with them is I'm going to go and I'm going to color in the first big triangle in this dark green color. So here is the first big color, big triangle. That's the lines that HL, okay? Oh, AM and FG make. All right, so we're missing one line, okay? And that one line was also the main one, which is HL. All right, so we've got our one line, which is also HL. Okay, then I see another triangle here, guys. And my other triangle that I'm seeing here is this little triangle over here. There he is. And that triangle is made from JK, FG, and AM. Well done, Christian. Well done. All right. Okay, let us move on to our next question. All right. Our next question says to us, draw 3 pairs of parallel lines. So I want you guys to go and draw for me 3 pairs of parallel lines. I'm going to give you a hint here. You need a ruler, okay? Draw 3 pairs of parallel lines. I'm going to give you a hint. You're going to need a ruler, all right? I'm going to give you another hint. It's not as simple as just drawing a line, okay? So you need to make sure that you've got a ruler, all right? While you're drawing those 3 pairs of parallel lines, I'm going to go grab my ruler very quickly from the top here where we were using it before. So there was my protractor. I think maybe my ruler gave up on us. Oh, there he is. Okay, I'm going to bring my ruler down so we can use my ruler. We might need to use my protractor a little bit later on, so let's bring him down as well. All right, draw me 3 pairs of parallel lines. I want you guys to give it a try first, and then I'm going to show you how to do it so that you get the right answer every time. Okay, so go give it a try first, and then I'm going to show you how you're going to get the right answer every single time. All right. Okay, hopefully you've had a little bit of time to have a look at that. Let's go see how we do it to get the right answer every single time, guys. All right, so the easy way would just be to take your ruler and to just draw 3 lines. I agree with you, that would be the easy way, fine. All right, but we must remember that we need to show the person who's marking our paper that we understand, okay, that 4 parallel lines, they have an equal distance apart from each of them. So to show this, we would take our ruler, okay? We would take our pencil, because remember, when we draw, we're always going to use a pencil, right? I'm going to use purple. You're going to use a pencil, guys. Okay, right. I'm going to do 1 mark at 0 for myself, right? So I'm going to do 1 mark at 0 for myself. I'm going to do another mark at maybe 1.5 centimeters for myself. And I'm going to do another mark at 3 centimeters for myself. Again, you don't have to draw it the exact same way that I've drawn it. I'm going to draw it this way to help myself. Okay? Then I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to move it a little bit along. You don't have to. You can do it straight above. You can do it under. You can do it on the side, however you want to. I'm going to take my ruler again. I'm going to make a mark at 1 centimeter, 1.5, and 3 centimeters. Okay. Once I've done that, I'm going to take my ruler back. I'm going to put it on my first mark, and I'm going to match it up to my second mark, guys. I'm going to put it on my first mark, and I'm going to match it up to my second mark. All right, match it up to my second mark, and I'm going to draw my line. All right. I'm going to take my ruler again, move him along. I'm going to join my next 2 points with my ruler, and I'm going to join them with my second line. Okay, I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to move him along again, and I'm going to join him up with my next line. Okay, that means that those lines have exactly the same, okay, have exactly the same amount of distance between them, have constant distance between them. All right. Take my pen, finish it off. To finish it off, it's lines. So who can tell me, Amar, how do I show that those are lines? Amar, how do I show that it's lines and not line segments?
Ma'am, I wanted to show you how to do the other triangle, but I know how to do this.
Okay, cool. Tell me, how do I
So,
show that it's lines, Amar, and not line segments?
because a line doesn't have arrows at the no, yeah, it doesn't have the arrows
So,
at the corners.
so a line segment doesn't have arrows, good, but lines do have
Arrows.
arrows. Well done. Well done, Amar. Okay. Now, how else do I show that there's a parallel, Amar? How else do we show that we've got parallel lines? Can you remember from class?
Measure the distance in the center to make sure everything is the same.
Good. We can measure the centers. And the other way is that we draw these guys. We draw little arrows on them like that. Okay, thanks, Amar. All right, guys. So one way to show that the lines have arrows is we put arrows in the middle of them. And that shows that the lines are parallel. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on from lines and line segments and practicing our lines. And we're actually going to go have a look at a revision of some angles. Because in your quiz tonight, okay, in your quiz tonight, you're going to see, all right, you're going to see in your quiz tonight that if you haven't done it already, which you shouldn't have done it already, okay, that you should have, all right, parallel lines, perpendicular lines, everything about lines, and then we're also going to have angles and constructing angles. So let's go have a look at some angles. Give one word for each of the following. I want you guys to read through those first. So I want you to read through those first. I'm going to give you guys a reminder. I'm going to give you guys a reminder about keeping the messages in the chat once again, okay? Once again to maths related questions only. I'm seeing a lot of questions coming through that don't have anything to do with maths, and I'm going to give you a reminder about maths related questions only, please. All right, so let's have a look at some of these questions. Give one word for each of the following. An angle that is smaller than 90 degrees. Lungawa, tell me, what is an angle that's smaller than 90 degrees? What do we call it? All right, I think maybe Lungawa, can you hear us?
I can hear you, ma'am.
Awesome. Lungawa, what's an angle called that's smaller than 90 degrees? Can you remember?
Acute.
Well done. An angle that's smaller than 90 degrees is an acute angle. Lungawa, is that going to be in your quiz tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is. So make sure everybody, angle that's smaller than 90 degrees, an acute angle. An angle that's larger than 90 degrees, guys. Tell me in the chat. Good, well done. An angle larger than 90 degrees is an obtuse angle. We already practiced tonight that an angle that's equal to 90 degrees is called a right angle. All right. Okay. Now for a tricky one. The point where two lines meet and an angle is formed. It's a very fancy word. It's a very fancy word. Who knows? The point, so it looks like this. They're talking about this here. The point where two lines meet and an angle is formed. Who knows what that's called? Well done, Lugawa. Sure, guys, on fire. All right, Lugawa was the first one, but then so many people afterwards. It's called the vertex. Well done. And finally, what is the size of all three angles in an equilateral? We practiced this on Monday night. What's the size of all three angles in an equilateral? Well done, Navlin. It's 60 degrees. Well done. Okay. All right. We are going to have a look at our next section. Okay, let's have a look at our next section. So, our next section says, draw an angle, acute angle, and label it QRS. So draw an acute angle and label it QRS. So, I could go and I could get my protractor out and I could do it that way. Of course I could do it that way. But because they're not telling me what size to make the angle, okay, what could I do instead? I could just take my ruler and my pencil and I could go and I could measure out an acute angle. What do we know about an acute angle, guys? An acute angle needs to be less than 90 degrees. So as long as you are drawing an angle and it is less than 90 degrees, then you don't need to worry. If they've told you to just draw an acute angle and it looks like it's less than 90 degrees, we're going to label it Q. Wherever the copy is going to be where the vertex is, R and S. All right, next one. Draw an obtuse angle and label it BCD. Have they told us how big that obtuse angle needs to be? No, they haven't. So if they haven't told us how big that angle needs to be, it needs to be bigger than 90 degrees because it's an obtuse angle. So we're going to go draw a line with our ruler. And we're going to draw an angle that is bigger than 90 degrees. And we're going to go and we're going to label this. And we're going to call it B. And where the copy is going to be our vertex, C and D. And finally, my last angle says draw a right angle and label it XYZ. So I'm going to draw a line. And I'm going to draw a line going straight up. And I'm going to label that one X. And where the copy is, Y and Z. And because this one is 90 degrees, I'm going to go draw a little square in there. Okay. All right. My next question says, name the following angles correctly and say whether they are obtuse, acute, reflex, or right angles. All right, so this is going to be our last question. Okay, this is going to be our last question. All right, who is going to answer this one with me? First of all, who can name this angle? All right, Christina. Christina, what is this angle going to be called?
Acute.
It's going to be an acute angle. Well done. So we're going to call it an acute angle. Good. Why? Because it's less than 90 degrees. Hey, Christina?
Uh-huh.
And if you label it with the letters, what's it going to be called? Christina, what's the angle going to be called?
RQP.
Well done. R, Q, and we're going to have a copy on the Q and
P.
P. Well done. Well done. Okay, guys, Mr. Hugo is going to put the quiz for tonight in the chat. Now that we've gone through all our angles and we've looked at naming them, you will be able to do the quiz for tonight. Okay, so Mr. Hugo is going to put the link for the quiz for you. We've got some questions. Ma'am, when are we going to learn algebra? We are learning algebra this term, but it is coming after geometry and constructions, most definitely. I see I've got a question here that says, what else have we got? Ma'am, can I answer the next question? Okay, we're not going to answer any more questions. Gareth, it says, ma'am, I cannot understand. Gareth, please lift your hand for us so that we can help you with a question. Okay, it's very difficult if you don't tell us what you don't understand. So lift your hand so that we can answer your question. All right. I see Amar has a question. So Amar, I'm going to answer your question. Guys, if you have got the link for the quiz, you are more than welcome to go and answer the quiz. Ma'am, when will we do the results for the quiz? We do the results for the quiz on a Monday, guys. So on a Monday night, we do the quiz results. All right, Amar, how can I help you?
Ma'am, may you please go up to the one where you had to make the triangles?
Where we had to make the triangles. Okay, let's go
The two
see.
triangles.
All right, let's go find that one for you. That is this one, hey?
Yes.
Okay,
Ma'am,
talk to
can't
me.
you do the triangle with FG, HL, and AM?
F
Wouldn't that make
L F L A M. So let me go highlight it for you quick. So you're telling me F
G,
F G and A?
HL, and AM?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that
there
make
it
a
is.
triangle?
Yeah, there's it there. We colored it in green.
Hmm.
There's no, so a triangle needs to have 3 sides. So can you see that the only one that's closed, the 3 sides that are closed, is the triangle that's in green there.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
it has to have 3 sides. Does it make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Thanks, Umar.
Bye, ma'am.
All right, Gareth, Gabby, you're saying that you have a question. Gabby, you need to raise your hand so that we can unmute you. Or you can try unmute yourself, Gabby, and ask your question. Oh, there we go. Okay, Gabby, what is your question?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Gabby, what's up?
Ma'am, I just wanted to know how we're supposed to know that lines are touching each other.
How are you supposed to know if the lines are touching each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Was
Yes, ma'am.
it this one?
2, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, question 2. Which question are you looking at?
Ma'am, it was B. I couldn't understand it properly.
2 lines that are perpendicular.
Yes, ma'am.
So perpendicular means that they make a right angle. And so for this question, it's a little bit tough because you need to say whether they make a right angle. Now, in your test or exam, you'll have a ruler and you'll have a protractor, hey? So Gabby, how do you measure whether it's making a right angle, whether it's 90 degrees? Which maths tool are you going to use, the ruler or the protractor?
Protractor.
Protractor, good. So you would take your protractor, you would put it on that line, and you would measure to see whether it's 90 degrees, hey?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, no problem.